What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be getting into some of our trades, and we'll start off with Soldo. We're doing a bit of a series on each of the trades we complete with what they can bring to Port Adelaide over the coming years. And now we'll start with the first trade that has gone off, which is Soldo. I'll read out the trade for you because it is quite a complex one. So basically, Port get out of this trade, pick 50 and Soldo, and they give away picks 41, 49, and a future second round pick, which was basically Freo's to begin with. So effectively, from where we stand in the draft and also that future second pick, they're not worth much, especially with this year's draft not being that strong. And if you look at the way Port Adelaide are progressing, they're wanting to pretty much be in the now. So having a ruckman of Ivan's calibre, not getting much of a go at Richmond, and obviously them having Toby Nankervis, Samson Ryan, and Miller as well. So a bit down the pecking order, was contracted for 2024, but Richmond have decided to cave in a little bit and give us Ivan Soldo, who is, fun fact, the only Ivan in the AFL at the moment. There used to be like 3 or 4 at one stage, but here's the last one left. So I want to talk about a bit what he can bring to Port Adelaide as a key ruckman. One that had sort of, this trade came out of the blue in terms of getting it done. It was within a 48-hour period that we inquired. We put a trade on the table yesterday, and they've basically gone and said, you know what, we like this trade, we're going to accept it, and it can help us in moving forward to get Kajitsky and some other trade targets that they might be acquiring, if any at all. So with Ivan Soldo coming in, we know our ruck situation at Port Adelaide. You've got Lysette, Hayes, Visentini, and Teakle, who started the year. Now, obviously, they're not going to be all as a cohort. You've got Lysette's pretty much on his way out. Hasn't been confirmed as a delisting or a trade yet. Sam Hayes as well is a bit in limbo, but you'd expect him to be traded off or delisted. Obviously, Bryn Teakle is delisted already, and then Dante Visentini, who has only played a couple of games in his early career so far, is probably the future prospect for Port Adelaide. So having Ivan Soldo come in, probably going to be the predominant ruck, depending on what we do with Jordan Sweet when he comes to the club. But I think with Ivan, he's a promising talent. He's only 27 years of age. He's got plenty of upside in him. He's in his peak for his rucking form at the moment. Played 13 games in 2022. Couldn't find his way much in the side this year, and battled with some injury as well. But if he can stay on the park, I think he's going to be pretty much our number one ruck going into 2024. He was a Category B rookie when he started at Richmond, I think 2018, 2017, and worked his way through, the big Russian with his beautiful moustache and had his lovely flowing hair. Category B rookie to work your way through to be a premiership player in 2019 when the Tigers won against GWS by that big 80-point margin is a fair effort, and he's a great ruck. I think he's a hard worker, one of your unsung hero ruckmen, where you're a talented player. You're not going to be the most prolific like a Max Scorn, Sean Darcy, Tim English type, but you just get the job done. You've got some good tap work. I think Ivan can bring all of that. His groundwork's really good. He can move around the ground quite well. And if he gets consistency in his game, especially in the new side, a new environment for him, a great midfield to be feeding, he'd be loving his life at the moment, knowing that he's going to come to the likes of Rosie Butters, Horn Francis, Willem Drew, Ollie Wines, Trav Boak, all these players that are going to be going through the midfield, and he's got options to tap to. So definitely a great pickup, I think, for Port Adelaide. The trade itself, as I said, probably a little bit overs, but when you're contracted, you've got to pay a bit extra. And I think with the draft picks this year that are going to be coming through, there's not going to be a lot left after pick 30. And I know there's a lot of academy players being picked, and this is sort of the year to make sure that happens. And the draft is very much compromised as well with father-son selections, tradings and compensations and everything. And the North Melbourne assistant package and stuff like that. So it's a complicated and compromised draft that I think if you're going to throw away some picks, especially if you're in the now, then definitely Ivan is worth it for this trade, and probably unlocks a few extras for both Port and Richmond as well. So it's a good deal. One of the quickest deals done in terms of for Port Adelaide compared to the rest, but I'm sure they're going to get done as we go through. And I'm recording this prior to the deadline, so don't worry too much about that information. But I'm just looking forward to seeing what Ivan can do at the club. And I'm very much keen to see what he's like both as a person and as a complement to our midfield that we've got going on at the moment. So a good acquisition by Port Adelaide. I think a lot of Port fans will be happy with this one as well. One other thing before I sign off on this video is, what the hell was the graphic? Lacombe or whatever it said. Like, come on. What's going on there? My little sister can design a better graphic than that, Port. Come on. But other than that, pretty positive for this one for Port fans. So looking forward to advanced Soldo joining Port Adelaide in 2024. Thank you very much for watching, Port fans. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about what you think advanced Soldo can bring to the side. It's going to be a very interesting off-season with these recruits that are coming in. So look forward to hearing your thoughts across all these videos. Make sure you check out the glass table as well. We're keeping you up to date on all the information from left to field, more so than what we want. So I'm very much keen to see your guys' thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way across the off-season and into 2024 as well. Once again, thank you for watching. My name's Anthony, and as always, welcome to the club, Ivan Soldo.